Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to the Figure Skating Heart. Okay, today we are talking about the Olympics. No, the Olympics, sorry. I don't know why I said it that way. Like that. Okay, today we are talking about the Olympics. I'm gonna do my best to sort of put words to how I'm feeling about everything and what I think, but the thing that I found really upsetting about this Olympics, more so than I have in many years, I can't remember the last time I was upset about this, is the judging. I disagree with some of the judging and felt really unsettled by it and questioning it, and I don't like that feeling. It's kind of crushing, really. Very disheartening. The two things that I'm just going to put out there now is the judging in the dance and the women's. But to my eye, both Tessa and Scott's long and short program were, well, they were amazing. They were flawless. They were completely beautiful, and I don't believe that they deserved, like, I don't agree with the sort of the point gap that ended up in the end. So just gonna put that out there. And then I think even more commonly, at least from what I've been seeing on the internet, the women's medals are being highly contested, and I would have to sort of put my hat in to agree with that as well. I think that the Russian skater Adelina is very wonderful in her own right, but I don't think that she had the artistry or the quality of skating or the maturity in how she presented her program to deserve the marks that she got. And on the flip side, I feel like Una Kim and Carolina Kostner do have that, the technical, but also the artistry to go along with it, and I don't think that they were rewarded properly for such. Okay, yeah, so that actually was pretty upsetting to watch play out throughout the Olympics, and really, I don't know, like a bitter pill to swallow, but I'm just going to put that out there. So there's that. So let's dive right in and we'll talk about the team event. I made a video before saying how I wasn't sure how I felt about the team event, and now that it's over, I'm still not sure how I feel. When it started, I really was kind of excited. Obviously, it was the Olympics beginning, and even now looking back, I mean, I really enjoy the increased coverage that you got to see. You got to see that much more skating, and that's wonderful. And I also think like the team aspect of it was really neat. I liked how they had the different countries sitting down at the end of the rink and cheering on their teammates, and I thought that was really festive and nice environment for the skaters and really neat to see. I got a little thrill the first time I saw Evgeny on the ice. I won't lie, I love him. You know, he has an aura, he has an Evgeny-ness that is undeniable, and I kind of ate it up, especially his short program. He just went out there and bam, laid it out. And I had to keep reminding myself that it was the team event. Like, I kept forgetting that. Obviously, I've never watched anything like that before, so I just kept thinking that it was the real thing, or like, if I saw a skater having a main skate, I was like, oh yeah, but okay, that doesn't really count for them. They have to do it again for themselves, and it kind of messed with my head, and I feel like it probably messed with the skaters' heads as well. I think maybe for some skaters it helped, and for other skaters it was probably exhausting or mentally draining and that kind of thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel, but it was really fun to watch. So the pairs, short and long, sort of played out the way I thought it would, and probably the way it should. The what are their names? Uh-oh. You see, this is why I have a handy little notebook. Oh, okay, yes. Volozoshar, oh crap. Volozoshar and Trankov, the Russian team, have dominated and continue to dominate. They skated two brilliant programs, and they deserved that gold immensely, and it was wonderful to watch them get it. Particularly, I enjoyed their short program, actually. It had this old world feel, and I really sort of got taken away in it. And I mean, their elements are gorgeous. When he like throws her or anything like that, the height is always just like a moment. It's breathtaking. So yeah, it was really neat to see them sort of fulfill kind of their destiny. Really, it felt like a big, like that's what they were destined to do, and you know, they deserved every moment of it. So it was wonderful to see. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing with that notebook. You probably can't tell, but I was playing with it on my lap. I gotta stop moving my hands so much. I'm so fiddly. You see, this is what the Olympics does to me. It gets me all out of whack. It's almost too much to take. Okay, so next up was the men's event, which is one of my personal favorites, and the short program was it was all over the place for me, and who's coming to mind? It was really good to see Brian Joubert. He's sort of like of my generation of skaters, so when I see him I almost feel like I'm seeing an old friend. I've said this many times, but I'll keep saying it. I always appreciate and admire and respect skaters that go for the long haul. They have long careers where they go through, you know, the ups and the downs and the ups and then the downs again, and they carry the whole thing out, so it's a huge body of work that you can look at. And I think sometimes people get so focused on, oh, I have to go out on the very top, I have to, you know, everybody wants to like have this arc where it's just straight up to Olympic gold and then goodbye, but I don't know, life doesn't really work out that way, and often it's more up and down, and I admire skaters that can weather that. Yeah, I love seeing Brian, and he's talked about, or at least I think one of the broadcasters was saying he's talked about how he doesn't really fit into this new judging system, his style. And it's not really the best fit, but it doesn't take away from what he brings to the ice and what he does. And, you know, I love him, and I was really glad to see that he was able to put out a short program that he was proud of. And, yeah, I'll miss him. The other skaters, let's see. Okay, Yuzuru Hanyu. I think it was Kurt Browning that said he's a rock star on the ice, and in this program, his short program, it really is. He's like a rock star. It's rock music, and the way he goes out there, and the jumps, and the choreography all sort of speak to this showy and bang on, edgy type skating, and it's really awesome. I enjoyed it immensely. He laid out, you know, an intimidating skate for all the other skaters and was marked appropriately. He had a huge mark, and so I was doubly nervous when Patrick came out on the ice. Patrick Chan, obviously. Is there another Patrick? Patrick Chan. But he laid out a wonderful program. He, I think he was happy and pleased with himself afterwards, because he must have known Yuzuru's amazing scores, and he was just pleased that he didn't sort of get blown in the dust, and he was right there with him, a few points behind, but still. And then the long program. The men's long program, I don't want to be too dramatic about this, but, well, what the heck. It was depressing. It depressed me. It was just, it felt like nobody had a great skate. I don't even know if anyone had a clean skate. I don't feel like anybody did. And it was just sort of, you know, the men's long program is normally such a exciting event. It just felt like nobody was able to sort of live up to that moment. And, you know, when Yuzuru came out and he didn't have the same sort of spectacular skate, it's not that I was happy or anything, but in my mind I was thinking, okay, well he's left the door open for Patrick. There's Patrick's moment. Anyway, you all know what happened. Patrick skated and he didn't have that, you know, that amazing skate of his life. I don't even know if he needed the most amazing skate of his life, but he needed a pretty darn good skate, and, you know, he didn't have that. And, you know, I mean, that's life. I feel like you can't win them all. Every skate can't be amazing. And the pressure, like, okay, let's just talk about the pressure of the Olympics. It's crazy. If it's crushing me and I'm only watching it on the couch, I can't even fathom what it does to the skaters, especially the skaters that are coming in like a Patrick Chan with all of this expectation that they put on themselves and that other people around them put on them, and, you know, they have these world medals and it's expected that they can get the Olympic gold. And I feel like it's almost I think it is unbearable at times. It's unbearable amounts of pressure. And yeah, and another thing is, I've never understood, at least in my opinion, why an Olympic medal is seen as somehow more indicative of a skater's talent and what they offer than a world medal. Like a world gold medal, like Patrick Chan was competing against the same skaters last year at the Worlds, and he came out on top. And I don't understand why somehow if you have an Olympic gold, it means more than a world. It doesn't to me, in my books. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. The crushing pressure. What else about men's? Oh, Daisuke Takahashi is probably one of my favorite skaters of all time. You know, he's been injured this year, and he's been having problems with the quads for a while now, and so he didn't probably have the skates that he wanted to have. But for me, there's just nobody like him on the ice. I am such a huge fan. He just, the way he interprets the music, the way he moves to the music and skates to the music, it just makes you feel that music so much. And you just, when I'm watching him, I just don't see anything else. He just totally captivated by the moment every time. He's one of the few skaters where I don't even need the jumps. I could just watch him skate forever. He's just amazing on the ice, and I love him so much. Well, yeah, the men's event was pretty tough, and then came the dance, and What can I say about the dance? I was so happy to see Tessa and Scott have that short program, that short dance that they've been chasing all season. It was perfect. It was exactly what they wanted, and afterwards, I think it was Scott like did a little jumpy dancey type thing, and it was just so cute and funny because I just love seeing people so happy and relieved, and it was such a moment, and and then they didn't get the marks that I feel like they deserved, and the long program for dance was pretty fabulous to watch. It was almost like, this is going to sound a little silly, but when I was watching it, I was thinking it's almost like you're in some sort of world-class museum, and every picture that you walk by is just beautiful and unique and stunning, and you just get to soak it up for a few minutes, and then you go on to a completely different and just as beautiful program and picture, and then you get to soak that up, and you're just walking through this massive museum of stunning artwork, and that's what it felt like program after program. And then when Caitlin and Andrew came on, they had the stunning long dance. It was like it has been all year, intense and makes your heart pound and beautiful and so well skated, so I was really happy to see them. And then when Tessa and Scott came, that was the big moment. It was so here they go, and they skated it beautifully, so beautifully. It felt like they didn't put a skate wrong, as they say, and the emotion that they sort of have between each other and that sort of radiates to the audience and through the TV, it's palpable. You can feel it. It catches up in your throat. You're just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then finally we get to the women's. It was so nice. It was so beautiful to see Carolina Kostner go out there and have a fabulous, fabulous short program. She skated the same way in the team event. Just, I'm going to say stunning and beautiful. Stunning, beautiful, and devastating are probably going to be the most popular words in this video. And isn't that the Olympics for you? Stunning and devastating. Anyway, Carolina, yes, she was just, it was just like you didn't breathe. There was just silence. And she skated to Ave Maria. I think I said that. Anyway, in this gorgeous dress and these amazing quality skating. And it was breathtaking. People say that a lot. I probably say that a lot. But this truly was literally breathtaking. And a moment I will never forget. Who else? Yuna Kim. So when Yuna Kim came on the ice, there's an aura to Yuna Kim. You can't deny it. She has an elegance, a reserved composure on the ice, and it seems to be off the ice that's admirable. I wish I could bottle it up. I don't understand how she is able to cope under such pressure-filled situations with so much expectation. She stays so composed, and she just delivers what she can deliver, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful, amazing. Every word you want to throw at it, that's good. And she seems to be able to do it every time, even if she doesn't have the seasons where she's been skating a lot, she's still come out there in the big moment and deliver, and it's incredible. I don't know how she does it. The other thing that comes to mind was something really sad, actually. It was Mao Asada. I love Mao Asada. I love her energy. I love her skating. I love what she's been to the sport, how she's stuck with the sport. And it was, heartbreaking to see her have that short program where everything sort of did not go her way. And, it was just heartbreaking to see that happen. But then in the long, when she came back and she had the most beautiful skate, she skated for herself. The medals were not an option anymore, but she came out there and she skated so beautifully and had this amazing, amazing program. Put the triple axel out there, did everything that she wanted to do, and I just admire her so much. I admire her so much for picking herself back up and being able to put herself out there again, and so beautifully. And when at the end, I think she sort of like covered her face and started crying just from, who wouldn't? And I started crying too. Just, it's the human journey. It's this huge thing, and it doesn't go your way, but you still make it this beautiful, beautiful thing in the end. And that's something that she should be really proud of. And her whole career is something to be really, really proud of. So yeah, it was a really special moment. Carolina's long program, I was nervous for her, actually. I thought maybe she might, I don't know, I wasn't sure if the nerves might get to her after having skated so wonderfully in the short, but it didn't. She laid it out there again to a program that, like a piece of music I've never loved, Bolero, but with her, I bought it. The way she skated it, you couldn't help but be a believer. And it was, completely different than the short, but equally as impactful. So good for her. Just really just good for her to have those 2 back-to-back Olympic moments. If Kim is ever going to be nervous, I don't know if she's ever had such a tight, like, the marks were so tight and so scary to have to go skate. But then she laid it out again, and the composure that she showed when the marks weren't what I believe that she deserved, you know, it just speaks volumes about Una Kim. It was just, yeah. And so when it came time for the gala skate, normally something I love, I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but I almost didn't even want to watch it. I was just like, it was just something, every time I thought about Olympics, I felt this sad sense of like disappointment and bitterness almost. And I hated it, but I did. I felt sort of bitter about how things had happened and, you know, powerless to do anything. And then I'm so glad I did. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. And I'm so glad I did because it was exactly what you wanted to do. No more judging, none of that. It was all about skaters going out there and showing who they are and just the fans loving it, and it was awesome. It sort of restored my faith. That was the Olympic journey. It was a lot. I don't even know how long, how much I've been talking. The Olympics, I don't know. I'm glad they're another 4 years away. Couldn't handle it. I'm looking forward to the Worlds now. I'm looking forward to just being figure skating now and the figure skating world, watching them, not having the whole world on looking at this event. So yeah, looking forward to the Worlds next month, and I'll see you soon. Bye.